Good morning. It's April 1st, 2023. I'm your host, John Newquist, for the Wall Street Weekly Wrap-Up. We ended the quarter great, and we'll talk about it. So the SOXX, the semiconductor index, you can see it's been an up channel since October. If you bought into it, you did well. I mean, think of $300 to 444. That's a pretty nice increase. I mean, almost 50% on average. And of course, we picked the best of the two stocks, which is NVIDIA and AMD, and we did a lot better. Lululemon had a great quarter. Look at this gap up. I mean, that's a gap that's pretty high up at the end over here. I mean, it's a big jump. Blowout quarter, the run rate's higher than everything else. I mean, they're doing better than all the other retailers as far as that. Now, we keep Walmart because Walmart's good and it's a king. Lululemon, you can see it's choppy, but it's been in a solid uptrend. You just got to get used to it. It's on a roller coaster if you do buy that stock. And again, the 2-year note went up quite a bit, as the banks are, having runs, and people are worried about the regional banks, that people are thinking, I'll put my money in the treasuries instead of the bank. And of course, oil, I mean, it was down at 60-some dollars last week and went up over 75. So it was pretty good. Natural gas, still a dog. Will be a dog. Won't be up above $3 probably for the next 3 months at least. Gold almost hit $2,000. You can see the gold chart. It's got that resistance right at 2,000. It's a psychological number. Then you get about 2,060 is the next resistance, and after that, it could really run. But if you want November gold, I mean, think about it: 1,650, 1,600, and you're gone up this much. Not bad overall. And the indexes for the quarter did real good. I mean, I like it when the quarter ends on a Friday. That's kind of nice because then you can just wrap up everything this week. But we always benchmark ourselves to the S&P 500, which is 7%. That's a good. Remember, you get 8% for a year. That's good. We talked about when we were up. The Nasdaq was up about 18%. You might want to sell it all and just retire. Well, it's getting back up to 18%. The S&P, you can see it's coming up. It's slowly gyrating up in this triangle, and which way it goes, everybody's looking. I mean, there's a lot of people thinking it's going to go one more retest to the October lows. I don't know. Economy's good. Economy is good, so we'll see. And Advanced Micro Device, Wells Fargo upped the price to 120, which is not where it's at right now, which is a pretty big hike. But I think that and NVIDIA are the best two technology companies, and the chips are going to go well. They're going to do well. 50% up on the year to date, and if you bought it in November, you did even better. So what a great run. Walmart got an upgrade, form in line, doing better than peer. The big thing you look at the chart, it did break out. This breakout here is significant. Now it's got this resistance over here, and there's resistance way back over here, but that's a good start. Looks like a good quarter. Remember, we bought Walmart when it was back over in here somewhere, and that's good. I mean, you're going to get in there, pays a dividend. It's a stock you hopefully maybe hold for the rest of your life. Bitcoin, holy smokes, it got up to 29,000. Now, this is up 70% for the year. I mean, if you bought it down here below 18,000, 16,000, you did good. Remember, everybody was thinking, I'll buy it when it gets to 6,000, I'll buy it when it gets to 12,000. It never got there. We were buying a lot under 20,000, and we're up on Bitcoin for the year quite a bit, 70%. That's incredible. That's 8 years of gains, 9 years of gains. So, the main thing is don't lose it all back. Set a stop. Schwab is interesting because they're having runs where people are taking their cash and putting it into bonds and other yielding things. There's a lot of issues because Schwab. I mean, even though they invest the cash into bonds, it's that they're going to probably take a loss if they bought the bonds at a low level. So, everybody wants it to stop, but I mean, is Schwab a time to buy? I don't know. I mean, I just did the monthly chart, and you can see, you're down to several years. You got to go back to 2020 to get this low. And how low could it go? I think if you get down to 35. You got to buy it. I mean, that's a multi-year low for Schwab, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of Schwab. I mean, I'd like to add another financial, but it's having problems. We added more JP Morgan because when in doubt, you want to add more financials. You think it's going to go to add the best, which is JP Morgan. You know, they got trillions of dollars with all these extra regional banks putting money in and everything else, and they're, you know, paying out like 1% interest rate, and they're getting 5, 4.5, 4%. When you multiply 3% times $1 trillion, you got some serious, serious money. So I expect a tremendous quarter by JP Morgan. And when we look at our portfolio, we always compare it. We're up 3.3%. 95% of the portfolio managers are under the S&P 500 right now. So many of them were in cash, and they missed this whole quarter. How you miss a 7% run is not excusable. That is not a good thing, because you can't catch up to that. That is a tough lead, and the market is not going to let you catch up like buying a few stocks here and there. I mean, that's a big deal for us. We're still underweight real estate and financials and energy. Communication service, information technology, the 2 hottest stocks, we've been overweight, and we'll still stay overweight. I like all the stocks. So, you know, I mean, unless there's something fundamental we're seeing change, you know, we're not going to probably go into that area. But it was a good week. Let's sit down and give yourself an applause because we did a great week. I'll see you next week. Thank you very much.